Well, here we are. We're about to enter. Very exciting. We are 26 miles from Cortez. And look at this beautiful geology here. All these tabletops and peaks. Really neat. So we are here and we are going to dig some fine gold. Maybe a few bigger pieces as well. Awesome. So I just made my way through the Continental Divide, 8-mile summit. I'm coming down the other side. It's about 35 degrees, and I'm making my way through these narrow canyon roads. It's beautiful. There's running water. There's life everywhere. Okay, I've made it. It really wasn't a bad drive. I broke it up, and here's my spot. And I'm about to go down to the Arkansas River, which is somewhat lower than it's been, and I'm going to do some digging. Here we go. We got quite a bit of black sand material, and it's going to be tricky, but there is a lot of gold in this, and you'll start to see it. Well, just comments on the day. It's the black sand. I'll have to figure out a way to extract the gold, but you can see lots of tiny little buggers in there. I don't know if you can see like this, but there are hundreds in here and a few bigger ones. I have a local cerveza, a porter from the Elevation Beer Company. It's a really nice camp spot. I like it. It was just a blast today. I met a good man from Texas and we worked together a little bit, and then the man who actually owns this claim was out dredging, and he put in some hard work today. So it was fun to meet a couple of, really good people, and just have a terrific day. I mean, it's really nice. It's about 73 degrees right now, and the sun's starting to dip. So tomorrow, destination Cache Creek. Okay, so we've just taken the road, and here we are. I start walking down. Here's the access point. No motor vehicles. I can see and understand that. But then you start moving towards the creek, and there's a no digging sign warning historic site. Historic my ass. This whole area has been completely hydraulic. The place has been torn to pieces, and it's never going to be the same. And this particular area had what David Witham up here told me was a glacial deposit, and it sure looked like it. So now I have to find somewhere else. Well, I guess I'll look for another spot. Otherwise, I'll be sluicing the Arkansas. Well, I've made several attempts to access Ketchick Creek, and you can't get through this material here. So I'm going to go with what I know and take my chances. Anyways, back to the car. A lot of gold distributed throughout the pan. Well, I had a pretty good day at Ketchick Creek. I was working with another guy. I may come out here tomorrow, and I'll see him again. This is the trail in off the main parking lot. It's really dense, and there's some areas that are really difficult to get into and access the creek. There's a lot of little feeder creeks and diversions, and luckily I brought a smaller sluice and I was able to use that. Oh, and be careful when you're walking back. It's easy to get turned around because every tailing pile, every stack looks the same, and so you just have to keep an eye on where the sun is. So anyways, I thought everyone would enjoy having a look at this cemetery. There's graves here as old as 1865. Well, my day of prospecting was cut short, and it really did rain, and I saw it coming, and it sure smells nice. How good my tent didn't blow away. It was really windy, and some real heavy rain on the way in. This is some of the gold that I got at Ketchick Creek today. It's not big, they're little guys, you know, but I've got black sand, and so I'm at least able to show you this. Okay, when I'm out camping, I usually cook some pretty darn amazing food on my 1973 Coleman stove. Anyways, there it is, made in the USA, heavy metal. Anyways, tonight I'm doing something different, and I've got, this time, Mountain House. I've had this stuff for about 5 or 6 years. It's part of my food supply, and I've actually never tasted it. It's got a good consistency. It looks okay. And now, let's check it out. Let me tell you though, if the choice is this or no food, this wins out. Alright, so my strategy for today is only thinking, and this is where I've been seeing the gold because I've been test panning, only thinking about flood, maximum flood stage when this thing just ripped in the past, and most of the media in the riverbed is that usual quartz, ironstone, granites, and you know, this kind of mix. But if you dig down deep enough, and there is some bedrock around here, you get to some pasty looking dirt that really adheres and sticks together like this. Okay, now I'm collecting from 3 different spots in a straight line. If you look carefully at this, you'll see the red in it, the off color, the oxidation, and the rust. Another thing I'm looking for is this kind of like just grungy, old, nasty, and it's just got all kinds of funk in it. Okay, this is after 3 buckets, lots of black sand. Lots of little pebbles, but I like all that sand. Okay, so what I want to do is, God, as frustrating as can be, this black sand is very, very fine, so it's hard to show you any gold. But I isolated some, I did some pan tapping, and you should be able to see it right there. All right, here's my sluice in operation. And then we have the owner of the claim dredging away. Then we have my next bucket to go through. And then we have just this magnificent place. So I've got another cleanup in progress. And look closely. Now this gold that you see here is all through this black sand. There's no way, you can see how small some of it is, but it's everywhere, and it's all the way through this black sand layer. Alright, so I returned yesterday, and I am now working the concentrate. So I'm going to do this repeatedly, and I'm going to see what kind of extraction I get doing this. I have magnets as well. I think I have this working about as well as it's going to work, and I kind of loaded it up with the Dawn dishwashing liquid, a little more than I had previously thought. But it looks like it's doing pretty well, and I've got a magnet. A little bit of the black sand, tiny bit is getting through there. And so I thought I would try this first, and of course I'm recovering it all, anything that comes sloshing over the lip there, and I don't know, we'll just see what we end up with. But there was a lot of very fine gold in there. Well, several hours later, I ran all the black sands. I got a little excited, I guess, with the Dawn, but here's the final tally. There it is. Bring it in close. Nice stuff, a few decent pieces. Lots of very fine, if you look closely, you can just see how small some of the gold is. It was fun. I'm pretty happy just being out there and enjoying that beautiful country. Well worth it. That Arkansas River's got a heck of a lot of gold in it. If you can just move enough material, you know, some of that can definitely be yours.